very much single and not ready to mingle. He's great though.
Madison Beer is an American singer-songwriter, TV personality, and social media star who burst onto the music scene through her song covers on the video sharing site YouTube. She gained prominence in 2012 when Justin Bieber shared a link with his Twitter followers of 3 of her videos, including her version of Etta James's song At Last. It quickly trended on social media and made her an instant online celebrity. She has since then released a studio album, an extended play, and 18 singles, which earned her gold certifications from the Recording Industry Association of America, the RIAA, and platinum certifications from the British Phonographic Industry, or BPI. Madison L. Beer was born on the 5th of March 1999 in Jericho, Long Island, New York, to parents Robert Beer, a high-end real estate developer, and Tracy Beer, an interior designer. She and her brother Ryder were raised in a comfortable Jewish home, although her parents divorced when she was still quite young. At age 4, she won a modeling competition and appeared on the cover of a children's magazine. Madison was always a willful child, cutting her hair to have bangs just like Miley Cyrus when she was just 9 years old, which led to a disastrous result. Her being loud and outspoken has been disadvantageous since she and her family moved to Los Angeles to pursue her singing career. She was often misconstrued because of a New York trait of speaking without a filter, which led people to describe her as annoying and obnoxious. Justin Bieber may have been instrumental in her immediate shooting to fame, but before he saw her video, other people played a role to get it into his hands. It was her mother who posted her cover on Facebook, and one of her friends saw it and was impressed. It was sent to Justin's manager, Scooter Braun, who eventually shared it with Justin. At 13 years old, Madison signed up with Scooter's record label, Island Records, and started to record tracks. Due to her age, the label thought it was best for her to do bubblegum songs, even if she was more into the R&B soul genre. She was supposed to release her debut album, but due to artistic differences, she was dropped by her label. Even at the young age of 16, she knew what she wanted, and she wasn't happy at the label's decision to put her in a box when it comes to her sound. Devastated by the turn of events, her mother encouraged her to continue pursuing her dreams and by managing her career as Madison went independent. She released the EP As She Pleases, which accumulated billions of streams on Spotify. In 2019, she signed up with Epic Records, maintaining her creative freedom and releasing her debut album Life Support at the age of 21. Through her talent and perseverance, she gained massive support online and now has close to 26 million followers on Instagram, 15 million on TikTok, and around 2.5 million fans on YouTube. For someone who has been in the spotlight since she was barely a teen, it's been difficult to date. However, as one who owes her fame to the internet, she can only blame herself for this predicament. Most social media celebrities tend to overshare, as they continually post every little thing that's happening to them. Her followers felt that they had the right to poke into her personal life whenever they want. It didn't help that she was involved in a scandal when she was only 14 years old, but it was only 7 years later that she shared her story, during International Women's Day. She wrote a long post detailing why she had nude photos going around the internet, and said that she's done being shamed or belittled because of them. She made a mistake in sending the photos and videos to her boyfriend at that time, believing that since she'd known him for so many years, he would be decent enough to just keep them private, as she was exploring her sexuality. Unfortunately, he shared them with everyone, which made her feel ashamed. Now, she's forgiven herself for that juvenile mistake and feels freed by talking about it. After her less-than-private photo scandal, she found solace in the arms of Jack Gilinsky. They met through mutual friends during one of the parties hosted by the internet star Nash Grier in April 2015. They had a lot of things in common, as both of them enjoyed internet success before transitioning to professional musicians. Jack was part of the pop-rap duo sensation called Jack and Jack with Jack Johnson, and became huge via the social media app Vine. The duo even had the single Wild Life enter the Billboard Hot 100 chart, peaking at number 87. Madison was 15 and Jack was 18 when they started to date. The couple was happy for 2 years, and then they broke up in 2017. Initially, fans thought the date parted amicably, but in July of that year, someone leaked an audio recording in which it could be heard that he was verbally abusing her, calling her all kinds of vile names which were utterly degrading. It was revealed later on that it wasn't the first time that he'd done that to her, and fans were confused as to why Madison chose to stay with him. She addressed the issue later on, saying that she stayed because she believed that she could fix him. Jack confirmed what Madison shared on social media, saying that he was thankful for her patience, and that the recording clip was from a year before they broke up, when he was still in a very dark place. He also said that if it wasn't for Madison, no one would have helped him overcome his problems. Just after that breakup, Madison met Brooklyn Joseph Beckham. Tongue started wagging because being associated with the eldest child of soccer superstar David Beckham and fashion icon Victoria Beckham would guarantee a spot in the news. At first, not everyone believed it, since there wasn't any proof about them being a couple. In this era, Instagram is king, so any rumored dating news would remain plain rumor unless a photo of them getting cozy was uploaded onto the social media app for it to be taken seriously. Fans were still holding onto the Brooklyn Beckham and Chloe Grace Moretz reconciliation. However, it seemed that Brooklyn has finally moved on to a new love interest. In July 2017, the dead singer-songwriter was spotted with Brooklyn shopping at one of the stores at the Grove shopping mall in Los Angeles. It wouldn't have been a big deal, since people do hang out together platonically. But then Brooklyn was captured kissing Madison, and that, for many people, was a clear indication that they were indeed an item. The two went on to have dinner with his famous mama, Victoria, at one of the favorite celebrity hotspots in West Hollywood, called Catch LA. The budding photographer-filmmaker even took videos outside the restaurant before they joined his mother's table with their friends. Social media went ablaze, and people were reposting photos which they all agreed was an official way of coming out publicly as a couple. It wasn't the first time Madison and Brooklyn were photographed together. Back in June 2017, at the Ivy Soho Brasserie in London, she hosted a Wonderland dinner which he attended. No one really thought anything of it, since they were photographed with the Wonderland founder, Hugh Gether. But it wasn't the last time they were spotted hanging out, and fans believe they dated for almost a year. She confirmed it through a July AOL interview, and said that they liked each other a lot, and further elaborated, "He's great. He's a cutie. He's one of my best friends. We hang out almost every day." However, they called it quits before Brooklyn left for New York, agreeing that it would be best for them to just remain friends, since Madison said that she couldn't do a long-distance love affair, especially with 3,000 miles or 5,000 kilometers between them. She was being practical, as she didn't believe that it could work, with her being busy working on her album in Los Angeles, while he focused on his classes as he pursued a degree in film and photography. If reports were to be believed, when he returned to New York, it didn't take long for Brooklyn to reunite with his former flame, Chloe Grace Moretz. Madison met Zach Bia in late 2017, months after her ex-boyfriend Brooklyn left for Los Angeles. They reportedly had an on and off relationship that lasted for a year or so, before they finally ended it by March 2019. It didn't end well, based on the cryptic post Madison shared on her Instagram account at that time. When news came out that she was dating Zach, many people didn't know the guy, except that they would see him in photos with some of the A-listers in Hollywood, including Drake, The Weeknd, the Hadid girls, and the Kardashian-Jenner girls. He's a DJ and the right-hand man of John Terzian, the founder and owner of H. Wood Group, a lifestyle and hospitality company that owns high-end clubs and restaurants in Los Angeles, including Delilah, Poppy, the Peppermint Club, and Bootsy Bellows. Fans were fascinated with the couple, as many followed their accounts on social media just to be updated on what's happening with them. They look great together, and Madison's fans thought that this would last longer than the others, but then their fights and reconciliations were highly documented. When it was reported that they parted ways, fans thought that it was just another one of those cooling off periods. One couldn't blame fans, since they probably remembered what happened during the summer of 2018, when the couple had a huge, loud, and very public argument outside the popular restaurant and lounge, The Nice Guy. Somebody took a video of the fight and shared it online. They called it quits back then, but by December they were together again, as if the explosive argument never happened. In March 2019, Madison ranted on Twitter, and the fans believed it was about Zach. She begged her followers to always listen to their hearts, further tweeting, "Before you diagnose yourself with depression and anxiety, make sure you're not just surrounded by ass and people who don't care about you." The last time the couple were seen together was in Paris, when they attended Fashion Week in January. Madison and Zach were invited to the Off-White show, where they were spotted sitting in the front row. The breakup was confirmed by Madison through a tweet, "Single Madison thrives." The best way to deal with heartbreak is to be patient, according to Madison, when a fan asked her on Twitter. It seemed that she followed her own advice and took her own sweet time before she went back on the dating scene. In the past, she would quickly date again a few weeks after breakup, but this time it took her about 4 months. In June 2019, Madison was spotted having dinner with basketball player Blake Griffin at Craig's restaurant in West Hollywood. Most of the media reporters said that she was glowing that night and had fun with her date. At the time they met, Blake Griffin was on the player roster of the Detroit Pistons as the team's power forward. He was always in the news, not because of his playing stats, but because he had dated Kendall Jenner for a year in 2017. He also has 2 kids with a former fiancée. Apparently, Madison met Blake through her ex-boyfriend Zach Bia. They have the same circle of friends. After the dinner date, they were seen hanging out one weekend at the Hamptons, and she stayed with him at a house he rented for them in Long Island. They were also spotted having fun at the surf lodge in Montauk. However, nothing serious really came out of it, since Blake was spotted dating another woman, the swimsuit designer Francesca Aiello. In March 2020, Madison confirmed through the TikTok app that she's bisexual. She'd already come out in 2016, even sharing that she was once in love with a woman. Interestingly, while she's confessed that she's also into women, she's never been in a public relationship with one. Of course, privately, things may have been very different, but when and for how long would be up for debate. Thank you for spending some time with us. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpick these videos which we recommend you watch next. You can talk to us on all social medias or ask a question in the comments below. Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you back tomorrow.